Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. I am re-recording the first few slides from our live Facebook last night because I didn't hit the record button on Zoom. My name's Landy Martin. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I've been helping people get healthy for over 25 years. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I'm going to be your host tonight along with a few of these other beautiful ladies. Let's dive right in. First off, anything that you hear on this call, it will be a personal story, a testimonial, or any information that you hear about any product on this call is not designed to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease. And please consult with your holistic doctor or your medical doctor if that is who you choose before making any major health decisions. I want to mention that we work with Dr. Anthony Kleinsmith. He has 30 years in research and development when it comes to colostrum. He is internationally recognized. He is a pioneer in the industry. He's the founder of both Immune Tree and Anovite, which is where we get our amazing 6-hour colostrum. He is a sought-out author and speaker, and very accomplished. He has been given the People's Choice Award for his colostrum in the years you see here. And we're just very blessed to have him as our CEO and founder. Okay, guys, so these are just some of our certifications. We are NSF certified. We are an FDA inspected and registered facility. And that just means super clean because when they come in there, you could eat off the floor. I'm telling you, I've been there actually. So good manufacturing processes also certified for that. So wonderful. So tonight we want to talk to you a little bit about what you can do with your family this back to school season. And so we kind of have put a framework together here of 6 things that we want to kind of prioritize that we can do. We're going to talk about a little bit about nutrition. We want to keep as much whole food in our kids as we can and really ourselves, right? Keep them hydrated, make sure they're getting good sleep. Exercise, so important. I know a lot of the kids do sports. Where does colostrum 6 come into that, right? They're going to get 6 grams of protein in every 2 tablespoons of colostrum 6. So it's a great thing for tissue repair, for protein, just to make sure they're getting the whole food that they need. 700 plus nutrients, 3,000 peptides. So much is being offered in this superfood. And obviously the gut health benefits. And we're going to have some speakers on tonight that are going to talk a little bit about those things that you see here. So first, let's just mention nutrition. As I said, we want to make sure that we have 80 to 90% of our kids' diet being whole food. Now, I know when it's soccer season and you picked them up from school and they've got practice, it's really easy to run through that Chick-fil-A drive-through. But guys, there's thousands of ingredients in a Chick-fil-A sandwich. So if you can pack a lunch for your kiddos, if you can add a little colostrum on top of their peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you can put some colostrum in a thing of yogurt and put it in their lunchbox, right? So there's ways that we can superpower the foods that they are getting, and we can also provide whole foods for them while they're on the go. We want to get enough protein, right? So I have this slide here. Animal proteins, very nutrient dense. They're going to get zinc and all the B vitamins and just basically everything they need for their growing bodies. So if they're starting their day with some protein, some eggs, something like that, it's going to be amazing. You can put a couple of scoops of colostrum on top of the berries. If you like to make pancakes in the morning, add colostrum to the top of pancakes. That's one of my favorite ways is to eat it on pancakes. So again, this is just going to support their brain function, their growing bodies, their bones, their muscles, and it's going to help them sustain their energy throughout the day. So what is colostrum? Because, some of you guys on this live or some of you guys on the call, and if you're just joining us, guys, please comment in the live on Facebook, #live if you're watching live. If you're catching the replay later, please put #replay. Also, comment who invited you. We're going to connect you for a special $80 to $100 gift worth of products, and share this live. If you share this live, you're going to be entered to win one of 3 products here. This one alone retails for $136. And these 2 are $70 each. This is our gut brain connection, and this has marine algae superfood. It's got pre probiotics, beta glucan for fiber, and then our heavy metal detox. We have so many of our kids doing so well on this. And this actually has fucoidan, which is harvested from the blue zones in Japan, and people live to be like 120 there. So that's what we're giving away, and we'll go live tomorrow to do that. So colostrum is the first substance that is produced by all mammals. I don't say milk because it's not really milk. In fact, we learned from Dr. Kleinsmith that bovine colostrum is produced somewhere else in the body and then not by the mammary glands, which blew my mind. But what we focus on here is 6 hours. So within that first 6 hours, you're getting the most nutrient dense superfood that you can get. Anything after that starts turning into transitional milk and then milk. And milk's great, but we deal with real, true colostrum here. And these are some of the benefits across the middle: immune support, gut health, muscle recovery, more energy, and anti-aging, and then just overall wellness. I gotta throw these chews out there and let you know these are so convenient and easy to throw in a lunchbox, in a backpack, in their soccer bag. This is going to give your kids, we have two different flavors, pineapple and strawberry. And, you know, if you grew up in the 90s eating sweet tarts, I loved them. And that's kind of what they remind me of, except they're healthier. And they contain 210% of vitamin C. Now, we all know how important vitamin C is during the cold and flu season. Again, this is going to give tissue and cellular support for those athletes that you have, digestive support, immune support, and they're just easy and convenient and easy to throw in the backpack. All right, next I'm going to introduce one of my best friends in the whole world. I've been working with Kaylee for I think 8+ years now. She is a Ruby director here at the Colostrum Company that we're with. Loves Jesus. She's such a servant leader. I got the privilege of meeting her at Lifestyle along with so many of these other beautiful ladies. And I would love to go thrifting with you because I think you could probably find me some pretty good deals. So she loves to cook. She's a servant leader, and I'm going to unmute her and she's going to share her story. I think, there you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, all thanks to you. My life has totally changed because colostrum, I was just ill-informed. I had no clue about it, so I was kind of reluctant at first. But thank God changed my mind and tried it because I used to be super lactose intolerant. And even certain other foods would really bother me. And a couple weeks into taking it, I could actually tolerate dairy again. So, I mean, just a relief to not have to worry about going out to eat or family gatherings, cooking separate meals. It's just been so amazing in so many ways, but mainly that's like just been incredible for me, not to have to worry about that and just being able to enjoy dairy as I please. I love butter, I love cheese. It's it's just been amazing. I think I had some leaky gut stuff going on because it was certain other foods too, but this has just been so incredible for all those issues. So
Yay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I love hearing stories. Like I myself would get doubled over in pain when I would eat popcorn. And I asked the functional medicine chiropractor why. He said, well, because that's literally cutting into your gut, those popcorn kernels. But what's funny is since I've been on colostrum, I can eat popcorn now. And because I love popcorn, I don't eat it all the time, right? It's not a health food, but it is nice, Kaylee, that we can eat and enjoy, you know, ice cream if we want to or whatever. So thank you so much for sharing that.
thank you.
All right, next up we have another beautiful soul. Her name is Wendy Sanders. She is also a great educator, guys. She's a certified nutritionist, a certified in sports medicine and eccentrics. She loves Jesus. Guys, we all love Jesus. There is no shame in our Christian game here. We put it out there. We're so proud of Jesus. We love him so much. And without him, we couldn't do any of this. We are helping so many people because of him. So all glory to God. Just want to say that. Wendy is a gold director with us as well here at our company and just an amazing educator. You're going to be in for a real treat next week. And Wendy, she's going to talk to us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute. And Wendy is going to be talking about the importance of hydration.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I'm glad everyone can make it tonight. And this is some great information, Landy. I appreciate it. I wanted to talk to you about hydration and the power of hydration. We have things in life that are essential and non-essential, and this is one thing that is critically essential to life. If you just have a 2% deficiency in hydration, this can affect you mentally and can affect you physically. So when we're talking with our kids that are, there's a lot of things, how they act out, maybe they're having a hard time concentrating, always check to make sure, are they hydrated? Have they been drinking enough? And I don't mean sodas or anything like this. They need hydration. Drinks that contain natural electrolytes that help with hydration. And the one thing about your cells is when your cells are full of hydration, they can do the job that they're meant to do. You can go weeks and weeks without food, but water, you cannot. You can only survive, a certain amount of days. Our body contains 60% water. Our brains are 80 to 85% water. Our bones are over 50, and then blood is over 80. So in order for your body to make new cells and help the cells in your body, you need hydration. Water is essential to life. Every cell, tissue, and organ in the body depends on it, so it functions at its best. So staying hydrated helps you feel better. It makes you think clearer, and it also helps give you that energy that you need. I want to give you an example of a cell that's not hydrated. It could look like a little raisin, just all shriveled up. Every single cell has a mitochondria. This is your energy powerhouse of every cell in the body. Everything in your body is made of cell, from your hair, your eyelashes, your skin, every organ, your blood. So you need that hydration, and just 2%, that's not a lot, can affect your body. So ways that it matters: boosting energy, which is critical. If your kids feel like they're fatigued and don't have any energy, check their levels of hydration. What are they drinking? Sharpening in their focus, concentration, helps with mood and memory, and just that daily focus. Sometimes we get away from that. Kids say they have headaches. Maybe they're very irritable and having a hard time concentrating. A lot of that could simply just be hydration. Skin, more of the skin, healthy skin affects more adults. When you're young, kids have that elasticity and have great skin. But as we age, we want our skin to still look smooth and plump. You need to hydrate it. Digestion, detoxing. Water helps break down these nutrients and flush out the toxins that make us healthier. You have a lymphatic system that collects all the bad stuff, and we don't have an internal pump, so we can't just pump it out. We have to do things physically to detox, and we have to do things internally, and that comes through hydration. If you have children that are constipated a lot, it could be that they're just dehydrated. It's just as simple as that. It supports heart health. Usually we talk about that with adults, but kids today have high blood pressure. Kids today have glucose issues. Kids today are overeating. They're not active enough. They're obese. Those are areas that used to mainly be concerned for adults, but now our children are suffering through that. Enhanced performance. If you have children that are in athletics, it's very critical to make sure they're hydrated. I mean, it's been 90, 95 plus here where I live for months, and it's awful. If your kids are out practicing football, they need to be hydrated. This is going to help with their body temperature. It also is going to help lubricate, their joints and tissues in the body. So it's very important to make sure those athletes are getting the hydration they need. So how much water do you need? They usually tell you about half your body weight. So if your child is, say, 100 pounds, you want 50 ounces in water they should be drinking a day. Now, I do have a structure that's called Doing Water Right. I think there's different times of the day you should be drinking water. One, as soon as you get up in the morning, I personally do 8 to 16 ounces as soon as I get up in the morning. This helps aid digestion. You don't want it super cold because you don't want to shock your digestive system at that time. You want it to gradually wake up as you get up, start functioning, get that water, prepare it for the food you're about to eat. And also with that, when you're eating foods, you want to limit your intake of water. You want your body to absorb the nutrients that they're getting from their food. So if you're pounding a bunch of water at the same time you're eating, you're going to flush those nutrients out too quickly. And we want to make sure that the body's getting the nutrients it needs through the foods that we eat. So throughout the day, it's great to sip on it, but monitor how much you're doing. Monitor how much your kids are drinking, because it could be very critical. Different signs of dehydration could be dry mouth and lips, fatigue, low energy, headaches, dark yellow urine, difficulty focusing, and muscle cramps. That's a lot different than growing pains. Muscle cramps are a cause of dehydration. So you need to make hydration a daily priority. Your kids need to make it a daily priority, and make sure you monitor it for them to make sure that they're getting what they need, because it could help them have more energy. It could help them focus with concentration. It could help their digestion. So that's all I had for hydration.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Wendy. You're so
You're
thorough
welcome.
and you always cover everything so good. And guys, I'm going to talk next about sleep. And we're going to talk a little bit about what can really help, not just with sleep, but with hydration, which is what Wendy was talking about. Our Limu Z, which is this product here. If you're just joining our live, hit the share button, share this live. You'll be entered to win one of 3 products over one of them worth over 100, the other 2 worth around $70. Also comment who invited you and comment hashtag live or hashtag replay, and we'll do the drawing tomorrow. So again, sleep is our secret weapon. Even as adults, guys, it's underrated. We need so much sleep. We really do. It's when we repair. And kids, I had a friend that was a teacher, and she said the most hyper kids that literally can't focus and can't sit still are the ones that aren't sleeping at night. And it's because, they're not getting that proper rest. So they're not getting that good energy, that stable mood. So that's where Limu Z can maybe fit in, right? So what can better sleep do? It's going to improve their ability to learn and retain information, just like staying hydrated. These are very important things for your kiddo back to school. It's an important part of processing what they learn during the day. So we want to have a good bedtime routine. I remember when our kids were little, we would take their phones away when they were younger, earlier. But when they were teenagers, we took the phone by like 9 o'clock. And just to make sure they're not up on their screen, because this is going to make them have worse sleep and be up later and all of that. So support your immune system, of course. Getting good sleep is going to do that. So how does Limu Z fit into that, guys? We're inundated with pollution. Our skies, our water, our medication, it's everywhere. So that's where Limu Z comes in. It is a gentle heavy metal detox. We have so many of our kids doing really well on this. If a 12-year-old can take a whole packet, a 6-year-old can take a half a packet. That's kind of how we do it. So what does it contain? It's got fucoidian and other naturally occurring compounds that can support your body's normal response to stress and just overall wellness. So think of Limu Z as just a part of the bigger picture. The kids are going to love it. You can do it as part of your bedtime routine. Maybe do your bath and then do your Limu Z or whatever. And it's just going to help them get a lot of really good super nutrition in, and probably assist them in sleeping better. One of the things that some of our people notice is better sleep, as well as dreaming returning, actually remembering your dreams. And that's one of the things I noticed from taking Limu Z. Once you remove those heavy metals off your brain, you'll just start remembering your dreams. All right, I'm going to bring Wendy back real quick before I introduce someone else, and she is going to talk a little bit about the importance of movement. All right, Wendy, back to you.
Yes, yes. Movement is medicine, and this is another essential for life. The more the body moves, you're going to elevate your life. Movement isn't just about exercise, it's about nourishing your body, mind, spirit, which is your soul, every single day. The body is meant to move. This is why we have tendons and ligaments and muscles and joints and all that stuff. We're meant to move. We're not meant to sit in a seated position for hours at a time. Our kids do that when they're at school. This is why we need recess to get them out, to move the body, to create that energy. It helps boost their energy when they're moving. It gives us all vitality. Taking your kids outside and let them go barefoot, let them ground with the earth. We're all electrical beings. This is something that'll help them with inflammation if they're suffering from that. It's also going to help their nervous system. Let them get some vitamin D. Let's work on their circadian rhythm. This is going to help improve their sleep. So get those kids out, especially on the weekends. Get them out, get them moving, boosting that energy, and this is going to help them sleep better. It supports mental health. It reduces stress, anxiety, and it lifts their mood. This helps balance hormones as these kids get into their teenage years. It just kind of helps clean out the cobwebs. It also strengthens your body. It helps improve strength, flexibility, immunity, also balance. Balance is critical, and even when we age, that's one of the first things we lose is balance. So we want to make sure that we're strengthening that body. And I want to give you an example of an onion. If you have a yellow onion and you peel out the outside of it, there's that little kind of like cellophane membrane around the onion. I want you to think of that as your fascia in your body. Every single muscle, every single organ in your body has this fascia, and it needs to be lubricated daily. And that comes from movement. It also comes from hydration. So if you wake up one morning and you feel kind of stiff, and it's not because you worked out, it could be just your fascia. So no, get up, drink that water, start moving that body. And it also supports longevity. The more we move, the better we feel, the longer we'll live. When you have kids, it doesn't matter what you do, just have some kind of movement that counts. Move that body. When I was younger, yeah, that was a while ago. But when my son was younger, one of the things that we did together is we would put on Pandora on the TV and we'd play music and we would dance together. And that was one of the things that got my kid moving. We'd laugh and have a good time. He would be so silly, then I would be silly. And it was just a good connection with us to be moving and just something that we did together. So movement is essential and it's critical for life. That's it.
Wow, I always learn so much from you, Wendy. Thank you so much again. And Wendy specializes in this, so she knows a lot about it, and she really is a product of the product. Guys, you would be blown away to know her age. It shocked me the first time she told me. we won't tell everybody, but you're just gorgeous. Thank you so much. So another testimonial. Okay, Myra Gilmore, you guys. Now, Myra couldn't be with us tonight. Everybody wish her happy anniversary in the Facebook Live. Okay, do it on the Facebook Live. Happy anniversary, Myra. She's at dinner. She even said, we might tune in from dinner. I'm like, girl, enjoy your anniversary. She is a gold director with us as well. 14 years learning holistic health and wellness, and loves root cause healing, cooking, gardening, and she's a very servant leader. I just adore her. I also got to meet her at Lifestyle, and she's just amazing. So what does she have to say? She couldn't be here, so this is what she has to say about our colostrum 6. My family began using the colostrum 6 in August of 2025. Within 2 weeks, we were noticing improvements in our gut health and our joint issues. Shortly after that, there were 2 separate times I was certain I was getting sick. I had a headache, fatigue, and an achy body. Each time I took 2 colostrum capsules, and those sick feelings went away completely. I know a healthy, strong gut supports a healthy immune system, so I did a test to see how well my family fared through cold and flu season by only taking colostrum. We all took it daily with no other supplements, and none of us got sick. Even through our long winters, through all the holiday eating, and when other kids were sick and missing days at school, our kids and us remained illness-free. We have been so blessed to have found this jack of all trades whole food, and I never want to be without it. Myra Gilmore. I love that, Myra. We're so, so happy for you. Thank you for sharing. All right, you guys, our last but not least presenter is my bestie, Michelle Marie. We also have been working together 8.5, 9 years now. Absolutely love her family. Some of you guys may follow her and Jaden's journey on Facebook. She's a mom of two and has a special needs little boy and just has an amazing story. You know, he was born normal and then ended up getting an injury from some medical procedures and pharmaceuticals. So she loves Jesus like we all do. She's a Sapphire director here, a real go-getter. 10 years as a medical research analyst, 14 years researching holistic wellness, a certified herbalist. She knows her stuff. I'm telling you, when it comes to ingredients and things like that, she really had to become that because of her son, because he cannot metabolize things the same way. So if you ever have a question about an ingredient, sorry, I'm throwing you out there, Michelle. All right, we are going to unmute her now and let her have the floor, and she's going to talk a little bit about gut health. So, all right, there you go.
Hello. Wow. Thank you so much for that introduction, Landy. What an amazing call tonight, you guys. Okay, so I get to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that's gut health. And I think the first thing I want everyone to understand is that gut health isn't something that we fix with just one food or one supplement or one magic product. It really starts with the foundation. So when we're talking about supporting the gut, there are 3 areas that I want to focus on. And those are fiber-rich whole foods, fermented foods, and our everyday habits. So first, we're going to start with the fiber-rich foods. There's certain types of fiber which are used by microorganisms living in our digestive tract. So we're not just eating fiber because we're told we need it. We're actually providing fuel for beneficial bacteria. And some of my favorites that I give Jaden are avocado, berries, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels, carrots, apples, pears, chia, flax, and legumes if you're able to tolerate them. And I really like emphasizing on the variety. So different plant foods provide different types of fiber and different beneficial compounds. So we're not looking for one perfect gut health food. We're looking for a variety of whole foods. Then we have fermented foods. So things like sauerkraut, naturally fermented vegetables, fermented pickles, yogurt with live culture, kefir, which I give Jaden now, kimchi, they can all be a great addition to a whole food diet. And if you're not used to fermented foods, you don't have to go from 0 to eating a whole bowl of sauerkraut. Start small and build from there. The third piece is good gut habits. So what we're eating matters, but so does how we're living. As we talked before, movement, quality of sleep, managing stress, eating slowly and chewing our food well, staying hydrated, being consistent with our routines, all contribute to a healthy digestive environment. So I really like the whole thought of a healthy gut is built through small, consistent choices. It's not about being perfect, but it's about what we're doing day after day. So we're going to go on to gut health with colostrum and our GB6, right? So once we've built that foundation, we can talk about targeted nutritional support. And that's where the colostrum 6 and our gut biome 6 comes into the conversation. So these aren't meant to replace the foundation that we just talked about, but they're additional nutritional support that can be layered on top of those healthy habits. So let's start with colostrum 6, okay, which is one of my favorites. Colostrum is the first nourishment produced by mammals after birth, and quality bovine colostrum naturally contains a really interesting combination of bioactive compounds. So when you look at colostrum 6, you'll see things like the immunoglobulins, lactoferrin, growth factors, cytokines, and proline-rich peptides. And I don't want to turn this into like some huge giant science lesson, but that's actually one of the things that I love about whole colostrum, because it's not just one isolated ingredient. It's a naturally occurring matrix of nutrients and bioactive compounds. So when we're talking specifically about the gut, we're interested in supporting things like the gut environment, the gut lining, and normal immune defenses. So that's where our GB6 comes in. And this is where things get really interesting, because this formula is designed around the gut-brain connection. So in here, you've got the marine algae fucoidan, you've got the lab-certified 6-hour colostrum, the plant-based beta-glucan fiber, gut restorative peptides, and an advanced pre, pro, and postbiotic. So you're looking at gut support from multiple nutritional angles. And I think that's what makes this conversation so interesting because colostrum 6 provides the whole food nutrition and naturally occurring bioactive compounds of colostrum, while the GB6 takes a more targeted approach toward digestive and microbiome support. They're different approaches, but the goal is the same. A healthy gut is a healthy you. And that's really the message that I want to leave with you. We don't have to look at gut health as something that we need to completely overhaul overnight. You want to start with the foundation, real food, variety, fiber, fermented foods, healthy routines. And then if you're looking for the additional nutritional support, that's where products like these can fit into the bigger picture. And that's actually what brings me to number 6 in tonight's call is because knowing what to do is one thing, but actually making those healthy choices happen consistently in a busy family, that's a whole different story. So number 6 is family routines. And I'm laughing because this is my life. And I think that this one is so important because we can have all the information in the world, but if it doesn't fit into our actual life, it's really hard to sustain. So the first one is making healthy choices, easy choices. And I don't mean that everything in your house has to be perfect. I'm far from perfect. I mean, keep nourishing whole food options available and make them part of your family's normal routine. When something is already available and familiar, it doesn't require a huge effort every single time. Next, you want to create predictable routines, consistent meals, bedtime routines, morning routines. Regular movement can give the whole family a rhythm and help everyone know what to expect. And that makes wellness a family thing. I don't think wellness should fall under one person. Usually it falls under mom to carry the entire family. But things like eating together when you can, taking walks together, getting outside, letting your kids participate in preparing food and making age appropriate healthy choices. Make it something that you're all doing together. Okay. Then we have protect the basics, sleep, movement, real food, hydration, connection, downtime can be some of the first things to disappear when life gets crazy. So instead of hoping that these things happen, build them into the routine. And finally, probably my favorite one is progress over perfection because some days are going to be messy. There are going to be nights when dinner doesn't go according to plan. There's going to be late nights, crazy mornings. Somebody can't find their shoes. Y'all, that's part of life. The goal is not a perfect routine. The goal is to having healthy habits that you can always come back to. And that's really the message behind this. Healthy families aren't perfect. They have healthy habits that they come back to, and we don't have to change everything overnight. We just have to start somewhere, keep making those little choices, and let consistency do the work over time. And back to you, Landy. Thank you.
Wow, Michelle, wonderful. I love how you really just summed up like everything that Wendy talked about, that I talked about, like you tied it all together, put a little bow on it. Amazing presentation. Thank you so much. She always crushes it, you guys. Guys, I was on the international call today, so I got to share this testimonial. I have lost 17 pounds, 3.5 inches off my midriff, 3 inches off my waist, and 4 inches off my bottom. And I am pleased to say I went from a size 9, 10 to a size 4 petite in just 8 weeks. This is a wellness, anti-aging, and inch loss product, all formulated together to give results fast. Teresa H. And I'm not sure if she's in the UK or Australia. I don't know where they're from. Anyway, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Isn't that amazing? I love hearing the stories. Next week, guys, mark your calendar. We have the one and only educator, Wendy Sanders. She's going to be doing a class on Colostrum 101. If you have not heard her class, it's amazing. She's going to cover everything about colostrum. It goes way deeper in to what it is and what it's all about. So be sure and mark your calendars for that next week, next 7 Central. The week after that, September 2nd, we have double board certified naturopathic doctor, Dr. Ivy Pruce, who's going to be on. She's beautiful. She's has a doctorate in orthomolecular nutrigenomics and clinical herbalism, as well as she's currently completing her last doctorate in orthomolecular fertility. My gosh, you guys, these are tongue twisters. She specializes in epigenetics and health at the cellular level. If you have any questions ever that people are coming to you about colostrum and you want answers for, we have Dr. Pruce here. We have other practitioners too that we are going to be bringing on these calls. And we hope to also have the one and only Dr. K on one of our calls at some point. And I think he might be on the call tonight. I'm not sure. All right, guys, this last slide is for people who are already with Anovite. We are having an event coming up October 22nd. If you'd like to attend that event or get the information on it, you can go to trip2hq.com, right there on the graphic there, trip2hq.com. All right, guys, I am going to stop my share because that is the last slide. Stop share. And I'm just going to come back real quick. If you're just joining this live or catching it, there's 3 ways to win, guys. We're giving away products, hundreds of dollars in products. 3 ways to win. Comment hashtag live or hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. Share this live and then comment that you shared it. Also, comment who invited you down below on the Facebook Live, and we are going to enter you into a wheel of names. I'm going to go live tomorrow in the group, probably in the evening. We're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to pick 3 random winners. We're also going to connect you back with whoever invited you so you can get a free gift from them. You guys, again, thank you all so much for being here. We love being able to share the love of colostrum and what it does for us. And so we will see you back here, same time, same place, next Wednesday, 7 Central. Thanks again to my beautiful co-host. You guys are amazing and you crushed it. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Have a great night, everybody.